Hello, New York Yankees fans. We have brand new exclusive videos and the latest news for you. Before we get started, we'd like to invite you to join our channel and give this video a like. It's crucial to get exclusive access to the latest updates. Aaron Boone, the head coach of the New York Yankees, has reportedly made a startling statement regarding Austin Wells, the young prospect who had been gradually building expectations within the organization. According to sources familiar with the team's internal discussions, Boone expressed that Wells no longer fits into the Yankees' strategic plans for the upcoming seasons, a revelation that has sent shockwaves through both the locker room and the fan base. Boone's comments, although diplomatically framed in public interviews, were interpreted internally as a definitive sign that Wells' opportunities to ascend within the Yankees roster would be severely limited. Speculation has already begun to swirl across social media platforms, with fans and analysts debating whether this decision is based on performance, potential mismatch with the current lineup, or personal dynamics between the player and coaching staff. Those who have been following Wells' career closely argue that despite flashes of talent, inconsistency at the plate and defensive uncertainties may have contributed to Boone's stance. Meanwhile, the Yankees' front office has remained notably tight-lipped, neither confirming nor refuting Boone's comments, leaving room for the rumor mill to run wild. The notion that a promising player could be pushed aside so quickly has raised eyebrows and prompted questions about the team's long-term development philosophy and approach to nurturing young talent in high-pressure environments. Sources indicate that Boone's decision was not made in isolation but followed extensive discussions with key personnel, including general managers, scouting directors, and player development staff, highlighting a coordinated strategy rather than an impulsive judgment. It seems that Austin Wells, despite showing glimpses of offensive capability and athleticism, may not align with the Yankees' current tactical vision, particularly as the team aims to blend veteran leadership with consistent, high-output performers. Inside accounts suggest that Boone values specific attributes such as plate discipline, defensive versatility, and mental resilience under pressure, and there is speculation that Wells' perceived deficiencies in these areas contributed significantly to the coach's position. Observers close to the organization have noted that Wells had several opportunities to prove himself during spring training and earlier seasons, but inconsistencies in performance created mounting concerns. The discussion has extended beyond mere statistics, touching upon intangible factors like clubhouse dynamics, adaptability to strategic directives, and synergy with more established teammates. This complex interplay of elements has fueled the narrative that Boone's remarks are less about outright dismissal and more about redirecting Wells' trajectory, possibly toward a trade or minor league development focus. As analysts dissect Boone's language and previous patterns in player management, they suggest that such a decision often signals a subtle but firm message to both the player and surrounding prospects, emphasizing performance accountability and alignment with organizational philosophy. Fans are left to ponder whether this move is the beginning of a broader shakeup within the team's roster strategy or a targeted adjustment aimed at maximizing the Yankees' competitive edge in an already demanding season. The reaction from the Yankees fan community has been immediate and intense, with online forums, social media threads, and sport commentary platforms exploding with opinions and conjecture. Many supporters expressed disbelief that a promising talent like Austin Wells could be sidelined, pointing to his past successes in the minors and sporadic flashes of brilliance in limited major league appearances. Others attempt to rationalize Boone's decision, emphasizing that professional sports, especially at a franchise as high-stakes as the Yankees, require a combination of consistent performance and psychological readiness that some players struggle to maintain. Analysts debating the issue note that the pressure of Yankee Stadium, the intensity of media scrutiny, and the complex roster dynamics can magnify small inconsistencies, creating perceptions of underperformance even in players who are statistically competent. This environment has historically influenced managerial decisions, where the margin for error is minimal and patience is often measured in months rather than years. The rumor surrounding Wells' potential departure has catalyzed intense discussion about the team's priorities, talent evaluation processes, and Boone's management philosophy, with some insiders suggesting that the coach may be using this situation to send a message to other emerging players about the expectations for accountability and readiness. The narrative, fueled by speculation and partial information, has transformed Wells' position into a hotly debated topic that intertwines performance, perception, and organizational strategy, highlighting how rumors in professional sports can rapidly evolve into near-consensus discussions. Insiders also point to a broader context in which Boone's comments might reflect a strategic recalibration of the Yankees' developmental approach, particularly concerning the integration of young talent with established stars. There are whispers that the organization is prioritizing immediate competitiveness over gradual player development, a choice that inevitably produces difficult personnel decisions and can alter career trajectories of emerging prospects like Wells. This speculation is compounded by historical precedent. Boone has previously made decisive, sometimes controversial calls that redefined the composition of the roster, signaling a willingness to sacrifice long-term potential for short-term gains when deemed necessary. Within this framework, Wells' situation is being analyzed not merely as an isolated incident, but as part of a systemic pattern in the team's management philosophy, suggesting that other young players might face similar scrutiny under Boone's leadership. Observers familiar with the internal culture argue that the Yankees are highly results-driven, and any player who fails to immediately demonstrate a combination of statistical output, consistency, and adaptability may quickly find themselves deprioritized. The rumor surrounding Wells, therefore, is not just about one individual's career, but also about the delicate balance between nurturing talent and maintaining competitive advantage, an ongoing tension in professional sports that often produces these kinds of high-profile murmurs within media circles and fan communities alike. From a player perspective, insiders speculate that Wells may be forced to reassess his trajectory, potentially considering opportunities outside the Yankees' current framework, whether through trades, loans, or assignments that allow for skill refinement without the immediate pressure of major league expectations. This narrative has generated further conjecture about which teams might benefit from acquiring a young, talented outfielder who is yet to realize his full potential but offers upside in power, speed, and fielding. Scouting networks have reportedly been discreetly revisiting their assessments of Wells, weighing the implications of Boone's comments against objective metrics and potential for growth. The story, though still officially unconfirmed, has created a ripple effect in the sports community, prompting rival franchises, analysts, and even fantasy baseball enthusiasts to speculate on Wells' next steps. Conversations extend to potential trade packages, the strategic value of Wells within different team systems, and the long-term financial and performance implications for all parties involved. The rumor has evolved into a multifaceted discussion encompassing not only player evaluation, but also organizational decision-making, competitive strategy, and the subtle dynamics that define professional baseball. As this discourse unfolds, every public remark from Boone, the front office, or Wells himself is scrutinized for hidden meaning, with analysts parsing each nuance for hints of confirmation or contradiction. Even as speculation intensifies, there is a prevailing sense that the situation is fluid, with no final resolution immediately in sight. Sources suggest that both Boone and the front office are carefully managing public messaging to preserve team cohesion while maintaining leverage in potential negotiations. The narrative surrounding Austin Wells, although based on a single comment, illustrates the potent mix of rumor, interpretation, and strategic communication that characterizes professional sports at the highest level. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are watching closely, dissecting each development for implications not only for Wells, but for the broader Yankees strategy, which is rumored to be entering a phase of heightened scrutiny over emerging talent. This scenario highlights the complex interplay between managerial authority, player potential, and organizational philosophy, all converging in a high-profile story that feeds both media coverage and fan speculation. In essence, Boone's comments have sparked a narrative that transcends individual performance, inviting questions about leadership, decision-making, and the often unpredictable path of a young athlete navigating one of the most storied franchises in professional sports history. The unfolding story has also sparked debate about the role of media in shaping public perception of player value and team dynamics. With Boone's remarks serving as a catalyst, journalists, bloggers, and commentators are framing the discussion in ways that magnify certain elements while downplaying others, effectively creating a narrative ecosystem where rumor and fact intertwine. Analysts highlight how such situations can influence contract negotiations, trade discussions, and even fan sentiment, turning what might have been an internal assessment into a public spectacle. Meanwhile, Wells supporters are mobilizing across digital platforms, defending his abilities and urging patience, while critics emphasize the apparent rationale behind Boone's decision, citing performance trends and strategic priorities. This friction between perception and performance, between rumor and reality, underscores the intensity of professional sports discourse, especially in a market as scrutinized as New York. Every development, real or speculative, feeds the cycle of commentary, analysis, and debate, amplifying the story beyond its immediate context. The speculation about Wells, therefore, represents more than just a personnel issue. It exemplifies how the dynamics of rumor, media framing, and organizational signaling converge to shape narratives that captivate audiences, influence opinions, and sometimes alter the trajectory of a player's career. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Finally, insiders hint that the ultimate resolution regarding Wells could emerge in surprising ways, perhaps through a trade announcement, a reassignment, or even a dramatic reemergence in the major league lineup that challenges initial assumptions. Boone's statement, while seemingly definitive, may be part of a larger tactical maneuver designed to elicit reactions, assess organizational priorities, or test Wells' response under pressure. Speculation continues to swirl around potential suitors, performance metrics, and strategic fit, turning the rumor into a multifaceted story that touches on talent evaluation, leadership philosophy, and competitive imperatives. Analysts suggest that watching how Wells navigates this period could provide insight not only into his personal resilience, but also into the Yankees' broader approach to player development and roster management. The ongoing conversation captures the attention of fans, media, and insiders alike, illustrating the enduring power of rumor and narrative in professional sports. Boone's declaration, intended or not, has created a ripple effect that extends far beyond the confines of Yankee Stadium, influencing perceptions, decisions, and expectations in ways that continue to evolve with every passing day. The story of Austin Wells, caught in this swirling mix of speculation, strategy, and performance evaluation, stand as a vivid reminder of how fragile and dynamic the path of a young athlete can be in one of baseball's most intense and scrutinized environments. The uncertainty surrounding Austin Wells' future with the Yankees has led to a whirlwind of speculation among both insiders and fans, with many trying to interpret every subtle sign for clues about what might happen next. Some sources suggest that Wells' situation could catalyze a broader reassessment of the team's approach to young talent, especially those who have shown promise but haven't yet fully delivered in the high-pressure environment of Yankee Stadium. There is talk that Boone's stance may be designed not only to address Wells' individual trajectory, but also to set an example for other emerging players, emphasizing the importance of adaptability, mental toughness, and immediate impact. This has prompted discussions in media circles about the delicate balance between fostering potential and maintaining competitive advantage, a dilemma that is particularly acute for teams like the Yankees with championship aspirations. Meanwhile, fans continue to dissect past games, analyzing Wells' at-bats, defensive plays, and even minor interactions with teammates to predict what might come next, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of rumor and interpretation. Social media, blogs, and sports podcasts have amplified the chatter, giving every small development a sense of urgency and importance. In this climate, even minor updates from the Yankees coaching staff or front office are magnified, feeding speculation that could influence Wells' career trajectory, whether through a trade, a demotion, or a sudden resurgence that contradicts current expectations. At the same time, conversations among rival teams, scouts, and analysts suggest that Wells' potential remains undeniable, even if the Yankees appear to be stepping back from investing in his immediate development. Scouts point to his raw athletic ability, offensive instincts, and glimpses of defensive prowess as indicators that he could thrive in the right system, prompting whispers about possible trade scenarios or minor league placements where he might regain confidence and consistency. There is speculation that other franchises may view Boone's decision as an opportunity, calculating how Wells' skill set could complement their existing roster dynamics and contribute to long-term success. Meanwhile, within the Yankees organization, insiders suggest that the situation is being monitored carefully, with contingency plans in place to manage both team performance and player morale. The narrative has grown to encompass not only Wells' personal journey, but also the broader implications for the Yankees' approach to talent management, team culture, and competitive strategy. Analysts, bloggers, and fans continue to debate the wisdom of Boone's move, questioning whether sidelining a young talent is a calculated strategic choice or a potentially costly misjudgment. Every rumor, every unofficial comment, and every small hint now feeds into this evolving story, creating a complex, layered narrative that captures the attention of the sports world while keeping the fate of Austin Wells hanging in the balance, a tantalizing mystery that may only be resolved in the coming months. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.